Hi, I got a new tripod. Yay! It's really windy today. Hello. So, we're gonna work on soil layering again. The wind really picked up, so I'm going to talk over the top of this. I was finally able to buy some landscape staples and some Clonex rooting hormone, so now we can work on these roses behind me. In my gorilla cart, I have some broken down wood chips, and I'm going to soil layer this beautiful rose. Gorgeous flower. These parts on the rose bend really well, so I'm going to bend them down to the ground. I have some rooting hormone and some landscape staples. I'm going to take this rose and bend it down to the ground and secure it down with the landscape staples. I had to put a few landscape staples in because it kept bouncing back up. But once I put 2 or 3 in there, it was able to stay down a lot better. Once the branch was secure, I scored the top of that branch and the bottom of that branch so that I was able to put some Clonex on it. And I forgot to grab anything to put on it, so I decided to use a piece of wood chip as my paintbrush. So there's probably better options of how to get it on there, but it worked. Now it's time to start piling heavy dirt on top of that section. These are broken down wood chips, and they're a lot heavier than brand new wood chips. I got all excited because I saw a basil break. This will be its own root without me even trying, so I decided to just bury it really well. And then I add some mulch of wood chips that haven't been broken down. This will help retain moisture. Okay, first soil layer done on this beautiful rose. I hope it works. I will keep you updated. All right, on to the next rose. Look, you guys, I'm walking without too much pain. Had a back surgery done, and I am finally healing. Let's do a soil layer on this rose over here. In my gorilla cart, I have broken down wood chips. I had to save the rose from the last propagation, landscape staples, and Clonex gel. Oh, I see Lindsay. Hey, I'm recording.
Sorry.
Want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Dad bought me a tripod.
That's even better than the one before.
I know, look at it. Say hi. So she's too busy at a party, but I'm gonna work on. See you later, Pumpkinhead.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll help you in a minute.
Okay. Okay, this is the rose I'm gonna work on next. The wind is still really bad, so I'm just going to do a voiceover. This rose was being a little more tricky because the low branch was bending, but it wasn't bending all the way to the ground. So first I thought maybe if I put some more of the broken down wood chips on the ground first, maybe it would bend a little bit better. And then it still kept popping up. So I raised the soil level higher with the broken down wood chips, and I thought that would work. But then the landscape staples would not stick into the broken down soil. I scored the branch, and then I added some rooting hormone. This is Clonex rooting gel, and I'm using my famous paintbrush made out of a wood chip again. I'm going to get the top and the bottom with the gel. So I tried again because I was determined to get this branch to stay down, and I put more wood chips on top, and pop goes the weasel, the branch just came right back up. Okay, my daughter took my phone for a minute, but it ended up working just fine to put a pot under it. So what I did with this is I scored it right here, and I'm going to take my silly cup thing that I had, and I'm gonna put some Clonex all over these wounds. I did a wound on top, underneath here. Okay, now I need to try to bury this with soil. So all that soil that I packed up around, I decided to put on top of the pot. The landscape staples finally held down the branch, but I might still put a brick on top. Oh, this guy's getting pretty. It was getting really dark, but I decided to take some wood chips and put them on top to retain moisture. And then I was wanting to make sure my pot stayed in place and also kept warmer in the winter. So I put the wood chips all around the pots too. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Check back for an update. Bye!